guys, it's HeySofia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build amazing custom biomes in Minecraft. So shout out down below to Colton Rose and Amasnab who requested that I do this video. I really hope that you guys enjoy the video that I have come up with today. I'm not actually going to be showing you how to build these biomes that I have built here, but I'm going to be going through explaining how I went about building them and also give you guys some tips and tricks on how you can build your own. That way you can come up with anything you want in your own mind and go ahead and build it. Let's get started. So personally, I believe there are two types of custom biomes that you can build in Minecraft. The first type of custom biome that you can build is a natural biome, and this is split into two sections. So the first type of custom natural biome you can build is an enhanced biome. This is doing something like taking a swamp biome and just simply changing a few blocks all over it to make it look better. The second type of natural biome that you can do is a completely new type of biome that's not in Minecraft. So for my video today, I actually built a mangrove biome. This is a biome that isn't currently in Minecraft, so I've built my own version of it. The second type of biome that you can do would be a fantasy biome. Now this type of biome, you can do anything you like in the world. The one kind of thing that I like to keep in mind with fantasy biomes is that you want to look at the color palette and then kind of keep it all similar. We'll go into that later though. So we're going to start off with the two natural biomes today. Now the first one over here on the left is an enhanced swamp biome. The one on the right is the mangrove. So the first things first is this is my version of a swamp biome which I have enhanced. Now to make it enhanced, all I've done is on the outskirts of the little land bits of the swamp, I changed it to be a more muddy texture because if I think of a swamp, I think of how it's really muddy, lots of waterlog and stuff like that. So on the outskirts of all my land sections, I used a mix of coarse dirt, podzol, terracotta and clay blocks and concrete powders just to make this really kind of muddy look to it, and I think that just makes it look a little bit more realistic around the land edges. I also added more plants that were kind of leafy but not flowery, so I added long grass and ferns and like large ferns. I also added some more oak trees. I made some really big ones and I also added smaller ones to give them a more kind of like dilapidated look, like a very broken up kind of swampy look. I actually just randomly went through just like this and removed random blocks off the trees. I also added some dead trees to the game by building some custom little dead trees, and I also added some dead little log type bits on the center of my water bits, just so it kind of looks like there was a tree there, but it's been flooded over by the swamp biome, so it's completely died off now and you've just got the stump of the tree. But you can see how a few little changes like this, just changing the edge of the land, adding a few more trees, and then adding some more plants like long grass, large ferns, and some little stumps here and there, it really does change the biome and make it look a lot better. So that's the first way you can build a biome in Minecraft, by enhancing it. The second way to build a natural biome is to build a completely new one. So this here is my mangrove biome. We actually have a lot of mangroves here in Australia, so I thought this would be a really appropriate biome to build. This little section here is kind of the river bits where the trees are completely submerged. This happens a lot at high tide, whereas over here I've kind of got my low tide section of the mangroves. So what I've done to achieve this look is I've built a little like sand embankment and made a little bit muddy just with some dirt, just a little bit though because we want mostly sand, and then dead bushes everywhere dead bushes, because it actually looks like the little roots that stick out of mangroves. If you guys have ever seen mangroves in real life, if you look at low tide, they've got the little roots that stick out and they're just all over the place, like absolutely everywhere. It hurts to walk on them, I can tell you that much from personal experience. And that's what I've done with the dead bushes there, so it kind of looks like all the little roots sticking out. So when you're building biomes like this, just think about what you think you find naturally in that kind of area, and then find the best suited block in Minecraft. My next three designs are really out there fantasy designs, so I'm going to go through on how to build fantasy designs in Minecraft now. Now fantasy biomes, I personally think you can build anything you want in the world. Now this one here is my my idea of a hell biome. So it's kind of like if you were in the nether but on a more extreme level, a little bit more dark, a little bit more dreadful in a way. So what I have done is I've come up with a colored palette that I really liked. Now I personally was thinking of the obsidian block when I first built this, and then to make it further I thought, okay, what goes with the obsidian block? You have the coal block, you have the black concrete. I thought I want some lava. What colors go well with lava? Or the magma block. And then I wanted a tree to add some dead trees around, and I went with the dark oak because it's a really dark wood. You can kind of see how all the colors work really well together. And that's what I mean by you just need to find blocks that are similar to each other and kind of mix and match. Now you can also build structures in biomes. You might have a little kind of ravine like this, and I just built a little bridge over it, and you can just make that part of your biome itself. So biomes don't just have to be the landscape, you could also add little things here and there that you want included in your biome to give a very cool kind of effect and feel to it. Now this design here is my kind of like unicorn fantasy rainbow magic land type fantasy biome that I came up with. Now my base idea for this biome was using the cyan block. This is a really good way as well to come up with a biome. You might have an idea in mind of what color you want to use. So for today I thought I want to use the cyan powdered concrete block. What goes with that? And then thought, well, it's a really beautiful color. It kind of reminds me at the moment all the mermaid stuff going on. It has that kind of teal, greeny blue color. So I thought pink would go really well with that. And then I thought, well, what goes well with pink? I think rainbow. So then you end up with something like this. Now you can do lots of different things to decorate a biome like this. Here I've got a end crystal which I just removed the obsidian under and replaced with the cyan concrete powder, and it just kind of looks like this kind of like floating magical thing. So you can just put it like this, put up some obsidian under, remove it there we go. But something like that's a really cool effect that you can do in a biome. It's not exactly a structure, but it's not exactly nothing, it's a little bit different. I then decided with the cyan, well, I want a little bit of pink, so I have my little pink hills, but you can see how the colors mix really well because I went for really kind of pale pink. So I've gone for pink wool, pink concrete powder and magenta. They're not too bright and they're not taking away from the blue. And then I added rainbow trees with white trunks because why not? It's something a little bit different. I also added some natural looking areas to it by using the jungle leaf blocks for some bushes and some water as well. My last biome design though is this dark elven forest kind of design. Now I really like this. I think it turned out really well. Now my idea for this one, as I kind of was thinking like Lord of the Rings or Skyrim, anything kind of elven-y, and I really like the idea of a very dark magical forest. Now this is only one strip, so it's not as dark as it should be, but if you had this spread out over a large area and then you were walking right in the middle, it would be quite dark here because the leaf cover on top is completely covered. You're just getting light coming from the edges that I haven't built. Now for this one I wanted really dark kind of blocks to go with that dark elven-y theme. So I've got oak leaves on top, but I have set the biome to a roofed kind of biome, a tiger biome, so it makes the leaves darker. I also use the mycelium block which you find on the Mushroom Island biome for the floor. The reason for this is the block has a really nice beautiful particle effect, and I think it again just adds to that atmosphere, similar to the end crystal, but it's something a little bit different by having a block effect. I then made little hills which I used the podzol, grass and the pathway block to do. And then I just added very muted kind of bushy blocks by using large ferns, tall grass, short grass. Added some little ferns around with the jungle blocks and added pops of color with the orchids and also the little red mushrooms. But you can see how this all works really well together, and it kind of has like, it's kind of magical looking in my opinion anyway. And I think it's a really beautiful type biome, but again you can see how the colors are all very similar and they work. I think that's kind of the key with these fantasy biomes, is you do want to make sure that the colors work together. You wouldn't want to be doing like a red powdered concrete for a biome like this and then going for like a very bright green emerald hillside and then having pink trees, it might be a little bit over the top. You just want to think about what would work when you're building something in a fantasy way. But there you go, you guys. There is 5 custom biomes in Minecraft and how to build an amazing one by talking through all the tips and the tricks on how to do it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what kind of fantasy biomes would you build in Minecraft. I think it would be really fun to even build like a Super Mario type biome. But like always guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye!